In this video today, we're going to be breaking down the average lifespan of some common car parts and how much money you will need to put away each year to compensate for their purchases. So stay tuned, let's go. Maintaining your car is an essential task for its longevity and performance, and one crucial aspect of maintenance is knowing when to replace your car parts before they fail. Whether you drive a sedan, SUV, or truck, understanding the lifespan of certain car parts can save you a lot of time, money, and hassle, and this video is intended to do just that. So let's take a look at some common car parts and their estimated lifespans. First up on our list, we have tires. Tires typically last between 4 and 5 years, depending on your monthly mileage and wear. It is generally recommended that you rotate your tires every 12,000 kilometers, as this will improve and extend their performance. The average price of tires is around 1,600 Rand per tire, so you're looking at paying around 6,400 Rand every 5 years, meaning you're going to have to put away around 1,280 Rand a year. Next up on our list, we have the battery. Car batteries generally need replacing about every 4 years or so. Depending on what car you drive, they cost around 1,600 Rand to replace, which means you're going to have to put away around 400 Rand a year. Next up, we have the air filter. The car air filter should be replaced every 20,000 kilometers or so. This generally works out to around once a year if you drive 55 kilometers a day. Air filters generally cost around 300 Rand or so depending on the car you drive. So the air filter is going to set you back around 300 Rand a year. Next up, we have the hydraulic power steering fluid. Steering wheel oil or hydraulic power steering fluid typically lasts between 3 and 5 years. The cost of steering fluid generally ranges between 550 to 650 Rand per litre, and some cars take up to 1.5 litres. So if you do the maths, power steering fluid is going to set you back around 120 Rand a year. Now thankfully most cars made after 2016 or so come out with electric power steering or EPS, which means if you get one of these cars, this won't be an expense for you. Next up, we have the air conditioner compressor. The air conditioner compressor can last between 12 and 15 years and can cost you between 2 and 6,000 Rand depending on your car. It is responsible for pressurizing and circulating the cold air throughout the air conditioning system. If you take the average AC compressor price being about 3,500 and divide it by 13.5 years, you're looking at getting set back by about 260 Rand a year. Next up, we have the wiper blades. Windshield wipers should be replaced every 1 to 2 years. You can pick up some nice Bosch flat beam wiper blades for around 450 Rand, meaning that this part is going to set you back by around 225 Rand a year. Next up, we have the oil filter. An oil filter is an essential component to your car engine's lubrication system. It helps remove contaminants like dirt, metal particles, and sludge from the engine oil, preventing them from circulating and causing damage. Oil filters typically need replacing around every 5,000 to 15,000 kilometers, depending on the type of oil used, which works out to about just over a year for most drivers. So because this is an annual thing, these are going to set you back by around 220 Rand a year. Next up, we have engine oil. Now, usually when an oil change is done, the oil filter gets replaced too, or vice versa. Now, engine oil prices of course can vary, but you typically pay around 600 Rand when having to do an oil change, because cars generally require between 4 and 6 liters of oil for a standard oil change. So this is going to be an annual thing, which means this is going to set you back by around 600 Rand a year. And last up on our list, we have brake pads. Now to be specific here, we're talking about front brake pads for the average car, because many cars have rear drum brakes at the back, and rear drum brakes last longer than the front pads. Now these pads usually last between 50 and 65,000 kilometers, which if you drive 50 kilometers on average per day, works out to be around just over 3 years. So say every 3.5 years. So if we take 500 Rand and divide it by 1,277 days, which is 3.5 years, brake pads are going to set you back by around 143 Rand per year. Not bad. And there you have it, guys. Those are 9 car parts that need fairly regular maintenance and how much they're going to set you back each year annually on average. Remember, these intervals are just basic guidelines. Regular servicing, as per your car's handbook, is absolutely crucial. Be sure to download our handy maintenance guide in the description down below, where we break all of this down and more in a well-documented PDF. By understanding the lifespan of your car parts as well as what they're going to cost you each year, you can ensure your vehicle remains safe, reliable, and efficient for years to come.